There were a wide range of digital technologies open and available to us to construct and produce our promotional package. This could have been through filming, sound, typography, or the use of Photoshop. I, however, used Final Cut Pro, a piece of editing software to create pivotal moments within our trailer. I began by researching and editing different trailers, analysing how the narrative has been restricted by using different techniques. For example, the use of sudden cuts at high tension points where we don't see what happens next creates an enigmatic effect. From this research, I then decided to do an editing experiment whereby I filmed two people on a swing and then used a crossfade to make it seem as though one of them had vanished. I then decided to take this technique forward into our actual trailer. We had a long shot of Matt and Siobhan sitting on a bench, and suddenly she is no longer there. Here I used the crossfade tool accompanied by greyer filters that help create a state of isolation and bring down the tone of the trailer. Later on, to show Matt's frustration about how helpless he is, we see a medium shot of him angrily punching a wall. As well as the punch being on time with the music, I then cut straight to a black screen, which briefly gives Siobhan, as well as the audience, time to reflect on the situation. It is here that the feel and tone of the trailer pick up again, and the cut to black enables this change. Finally, the lantern scene is metaphorical and symbolic of light and hope, but also the acknowledgement of letting go. The first shot I used was a long shot of the pair releasing the lantern into the sky, and then I used another crossfade to it being further away in the distance. Not only did this provide a good opportunity to insert our typography, it also ended the trailer with light and hope being further away in the distance, getting smaller and fainter. Audience can interpret this text in whichever way they like. Overall, I feel like I used Final Cut Pro well to create pivotal moments within our trailer. Boom. Clap sound in my heart, the beat goes on.
Before we began creating our promotional package, I completed extensive research into the conventions of voiceovers within the teen drama genre. I deconstructed voiceovers in films within that genre, such as Easy A, which uses the protagonist's point of view voiceover to break the fourth wall and explain the plot to the viewers. I then experimented by completing practical tasks on the voiceover by making various scripts so that we could decide which one works best with our footage. We also did a practical task on finding a doctor voice to diagnose our protagonist at the beginning, whereby we recorded several different voices to decide which one works best. Due to the nature of our film trailer, we decided to incorporate the voiceover to explain the narrative and ensure it is made clear throughout. The voiceover is an integral part of our theatrical trailer, as it provides an understanding for the audience about the journey of our protagonist, who is diagnosed with a terminal illness and given just 30 days to live. After I had a complete understanding of what is conventional for our genre, I began scripting, ensuring that each clip that needed explaining in the trailer was paired with a clip of the protagonist's voice. This included the very beginning of our trailer, where we used a voiceover of a male doctor to diagnose our protagonist, which set the tone for the remainder of the trailer. The next voiceover was when the protagonist was laying in her bed, and she said, "I want to make the most of the time I have left," which was used to explain to the audience that the film has an optimistic take on terminal illnesses, with the preferred reading to make the most of every day. Within the montage aspect of our trailer, we feature a point of view shot of our protagonist on a gondola. We layered the voice over the protagonist saying, "I want to see the world," which added clarity to the clip and explained the reasoning for everything she was doing. We also used this method during the party scene, where the protagonist says, I want to feel free." After recording all the sound, I inserted the clips into Final Cut Pro and matched them up with the relevant bits of footage. We then showed our final trailer to our audience and gained some audience feedback regarding our voiceover. From this, we needed to sort out the levels for our sound, so that they were all equal throughout the trailer. This feedback improved our trailer as a whole and made it sound more professional, and ensured that the sound fit well with the footage rather than just being added on.
In order to gain an understanding of what is needed of a poster, I completed several deconstructions of existing products, such as We're the Millers and Captain America the Winter Soldier, in order to see the differences and similarities of different posters based on genre. I then completed more specific deconstructions, focusing on the teen drama genre. I deconstructed existing products including Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, and Paper Towns. I then completed practical tasks using Photoshop in order to learn how to create an effective poster. I completed a Photoshop experiment in which I attempted to integrate the handwritten text from a diary into the background of an image using the overlay tool. Photoshop was a technology that I used extensively during the construction element of the poster ancillary task. Having briefed the layout and design of the poster, and taking the necessary pictures as a group, I was tasked with assembling the poster. I used Photoshop to crop the background of the image we took, leaving just Siobhan's face, using a magnetic lasso tool to select the outline of Siobhan's head, then deleting the background. I further used Photoshop to alter the brightness of Siobhan's face on the poster, so it blended better with the other layers, primarily the background. In order to achieve this, I opened a new Photoshop document and copied the cropped image of Siobhan's face onto a new layer. I then added an adjustment layer, altering the brightness, saturation and contrast. By increasing the brightness and saturation and reducing the contrast, I successfully adjusted the image, creating a more cohesive final product. I also used Photoshop in order to rectify any problems that were made apparent after we received feedback on our promotional package. I used Photoshop in order to change the size of the tagline using the text tool, as well as changing the positioning of the review using the transform tool.